Welcome to Your Yes Filled Life. I'm Brenda Winkle, energetic leadership guide, psychic medium, and somatic coach for ambitious leaders who know their gifts are real and who want to stand fully in them. Here, you'll learn how to trust your intuition, embody your vision, and step into the freedom you've been craving, all without chasing more certifications or carrying stuff that does not belong to you. Every week, I'll share powerful practices and conversations with thought leaders and changemakers that help you transform your vision into embodied confidence, claim your gifts without apology, and lead with both clarity and freedom. Because your gifts aren't cute, they're powerful, they're real, and they're needed. Start today by downloading my free energy audit at brendawinkle.com/audit. It's the exact tool I use to track what's fueling me and what's draining me. It will help you discern between that hit of achievement and true joy so that you can lead with more clarity and impact. This is your space to stop proving, start embodying, and live fully in your gifts. Welcome to Your Yes-Filled Life. Hello, and welcome to Your Yes-Filled Life. I'm your host, Brenda Winkle, and I almost didn't record this today. And it's not because I don't have anything to say. In fact, it's the opposite. I have so much to say. But I've been procrastinating all morning trying to find the perfect topic for the last episode before Power Self-Trust for Empath closes. And then I realized, oh, wait, maybe this is the topic. So there's a big difference between I don't know and I'm protecting myself. You just feel exposed. And your nervous system doesn't know the difference. Your nervous system could care less about the difference. And yeah, that is me wiping my tears away because my system is activated about this. And I don't want you to think that A, you're alone in this, or B, that I don't have nervous system activations anymore. That's just not true. Because here's what is true. Your nervous system doesn't distinguish between launching a program, being chased by a tiger, speaking on a stage, leaving a marriage, saying no to a party or an invitation or even a job, or even disappointing someone. Your nervous system simply notices this matters. It's important to me. And then your nervous system asks, are we safe? And if the answer inside the body is yes, we're safe, then it's all systems go. And if the nervous system tracks any kind of potential threat, then it starts to send danger signals. And that's what's happening to me today. So the danger signal is I have worked on this program for more than a year. And I've launched it once, had a beautiful first cohort. And it would have been easier for me to relaunch a brand new program. And the reason it would be easier for me to launch a brand new program is there's a part of me that could say, oh, well, it was brand new. It was brand new. So what? If it doesn't work, you can just tweak it later. You'll do market research. There is something so profoundly vulnerable about saying, this is my program and I'm launching it again and it's here to stay. And that vulnerability, ooh, I am activated about it. So I did my normal things. I got up, I made breakfast for Bentley, made coffee for myself. We went on our walk. And then even though I'd been dancing out until 10 o'clock last night or 9 something, after breakfast, I was like, oh, well, maybe it'd be a good idea for me to practice my bachata. Which, yes, it's a good idea for me to practice my bachata, but let me be really transparent and say that was not what needed to happen this morning. And if you follow me on social media, you'll see the reel that I posted about me dancing my bachata, wondering, does my butt make a figure eight like my teacher's butt? Yeah. So here I am at the tail end of the launch, getting ready to do the things, and I'm trying to make a figure eight with my butt. Yeah. This is how ridiculous our nervous systems are. And how sneaky they are. Because if you think it didn't feel like the most important part of my day to go dance my bachata and to do some self-reflection on what my hip motion looked like, oh, you're crazy. Because that felt like the most important thing. And then I thought, oh, I know what I need to do now. What I need to do now is my quarterly reflection because I'm leading the Empowered Empath Collective through their quarterly reflection tomorrow. So I really should get a jump on that and make sure that mine is ready to go so that I can hold space for them. Was that important? Yes. But was that the most important thing in the morning? No. So I'm illustrating this, I'm talking about it because this happens to every single one of us. And if you're following people who you think this doesn't happen to, they're just not telling you about it. It happens with people who have nervous systems. And the only person who doesn't have a nervous system, maybe there's two, and their names are Claude and Chat GPT. Everyone else has a nervous system. So one of the things that I say to myself and I say to my clients is maybe nothing has gone wrong here. And so I said that to myself, maybe nothing has gone wrong here. What if this is part of what I'm supposed to do today? And let me tell you, the resistance was strong. The resistance was like, well, no, obviously we need some kind of really great podcast episode that will definitely enroll people into power. And then my nervous system is just like, yeah, no, Brenda, that's not what we need to do today. My nervous system was asking for me to meet me. And the women inside power know that I absolutely do have mornings like this because I'm really transparent. But I'm realizing through working with my coach, Tiffany Carter, she's one of my four coaches, that I'm not sharing this side of myself. I'm still kind of professional Brenda. And it makes me emotional because I spent so many years like buttoned up and proper and appropriate, always worried about being a teacher and being, a pillar of the community. And it's not like I don't have a desire to be an upstanding member of my community, but there's a difference between being a contributing member of society and being silenced under the veil of professionalism. And so when I got called out for not being as authentic or as raw as I am, it was not confronting because there's a part of me that knew that, but it made me sad and it made me realize, oh, and I'm holding back this part of the process from you. Like I'm always put together or I'm always polished. I'm not. I end each day with dog hair covered pants and I end many evenings with sweat in my hair from dance class. And I swear a lot. And uh, and the difference between now Brenda and earlier professionally buttoned up Brenda is that I'm here recording a podcast episode with tears running down my face and snot running out of my nose because this is how we practice. It's meeting the arising with compassion and love. I'm meeting my own arising. I'm meeting my fear with compassion. I am meeting my desire to be authentic and also my deep fear that I'll be alone when I am authentic. And this is such a core wound that so many of us have. Comes in a lot of different flavors, like worthiness or unlovable or enoughness. And mine is, I don't want to be alone. And when we meet the arising, that's when things can begin to move and shift. And I'm showing up in the middle of a really messy process right now, meeting my own arising. And this is what I help you do inside power. It's what I teach you to do. It's what I model. And one of the most confronting things, so just take a deep breath. This might feel like a lot. When you're feeling like I'm feeling right now, the worst thing you can do is believe what you're thinking. Because if I would believe the thoughts that I'm thinking around today, it would be like, well, nobody wants to hear this side of you. Nobody wants to hear you or see you crying or being emotional. And people just want you to be inspiring and buttoned up and funny and intelligent. And nobody wants to see the raw emotional side. Because as an empath, my experience and the experience of many of my clients was that I was expected to carry the emotional baggage for everyone in my life and suppress my own because my own are so big. My own emotions are so big. When you're taught in overt and subtle ways that your emotions are too much and too big, you begin to push them down. And I just won't do that anymore. And it's messy, literally messy. I mean, look at my face. It's messy and it's inconvenient and it's disruptive. And sometimes it can be outright scary, but it's worth it because there's something that feels so healing and real and nourishing about just meeting what's arising. If you're looking for somebody who can keep it real and raw, somebody who understands the journey of being an empath and is working through it just like you, then I'd love to hear from you. If we coddle these emotions and we say things like, oh, it's okay. Maybe you shouldn't record the podcast today. Maybe it's just too hard of a day. Maybe instead you should go find a place to rent a paddleboard, or maybe instead you should go take a nap, or maybe you just need to go for coffee with your friends. Give yourself a break. There's a really fine line between meeting yourself with compassion and letting yourself off the hook. And you know the difference. The difference is I know that it is my mission in life to support other empaths in their growth, development, and harnessing their own gifts because my vision is a world that is kinder and more empathic and really centers other humans in a place where we can all be nourished, where we can all enjoy housing, where we can all feel supported and loved. And that only happens when we start loving ourselves completely. And a big part of self love is holding ourselves in a loving way accountable. So, whether you join Power for the summer cohort or not, I hope today that you stop making your nervous system or your freezes or fights or fawns or flights mean something about your worth. Maybe it simply means what you're doing is important and matters. And if you're looking for a space to do this work in community with a framework, with a guide who really gets it, then invitation to come check out Power. We would love to welcome you in. I'm really proud of this program. Like I said, I've worked on it for more than a year. It's based off of the 6 pillars of intuition and my 5-part framework for power, presence, optimize, wisdom, embodiment, and renew. And you know what? It works. It works. I've used it myself. Our first cohort is complete, and it really has changed the lives of the first 2 members of the first cohort. And we've added more members to the second cohort, which is this one, the summer cohort. And if it feels aligned, I cannot wait to welcome you in. And in any case, thank you for being with me on the journey. I value you more than I can say. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to connect with you. Come visit me over on the website, say hi. Come connect with me over on socials and say hi. And let me know if this episode meant something to you. If it was a complete turnoff, I'm also open to that feedback. And if it touched something inside you and it meant something to you, I'd love to hear feedback too. Thank you so much for being here. Bye for now. Until next time.